for all of you who go on a business trip and you go to Atlanta, Georgia. We go to a convention in Atlanta every couple of years, and one of the things that I find is that people tend to stay right at the convention and wished that they could have seen some of the area, but yet they don't go, mostly because they don't know what to go see or how to get there. So this video show is going to be about things that I have found in Atlanta, Georgia that I found interesting and fun to go and see and do. Most of what I cover are things that you normally wouldn't. Your regular little guidebook of downtown Atlanta's going to tell you how to do those things down there. I'm going to tell you some things right around in or just outside of Atlanta that might be something else fun for you to do, along with some suggestions for the downtown area. Conventions and business have their place in there. You know, you want to stay there and network and get to know people, but why not get a few of those people together and go sightseeing? Or better yet, bring your spouse on your business trip. While you go to conventions, she can spend some time shopping. Sure, she'll be great with that. And then get together when your convention's over in your free time and go and do some sightseeing together to some of these fun places. So let's talk about some of the places that we went when we were at our last convention in Atlanta. The first one that I would like to talk about is we went to a movie. Now that doesn't seem very inspiring, I know, but we went to a place that we had heard about and done something that we have never done when we went to a movie before, and that was to go and dine and watch a movie at the same time. We went to a theater called the Fork and Screen. At the Fork and Screen, what makes it different about seeing a movie there is that you go in and there's a bar there. You can have a drink like a regular bar, not just come and get some popcorn bar. But they have a bar there, they offer you a drink, you can have a drink, and then they seat you, and when you're seated, each of your chairs has, it's kind of a plushy rock chair, it's really kind of cool, and you can sit in it, it's comfortable, but there's also tables in front of all the chairs. And they have menus, and you can look through and order whatever you'd like to eat. So they have appetizers, they have sandwiches, they have dinner items. They've got desserts, and so you can order what you'd like to eat, and then the waitress will bring it to you at your table, and you can eat while watching a movie. Now this isn't any just snack bar menu. This is a good menu. We had like a chicken that had a dressing on it and had been sliced up, and then we also had, I think I had a chicken with a sauce over it with broccoli, so you can have whole entree meals as well as sandwiches, desserts, appetizers. Really nice food, very tasty, as well as being served by friendly people. And then you watch the movie. So it's a whole experience in itself. It's not just seeing a movie, and it's not just having dinner. It's combining the two. And that's at the Fork and Screen. That's located at 3340 Peach Street in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you get a chance, that's a good one to go have a new experience if you've never done that before. Always have an ice cream cone. I know that sounds silly at this point, but you know, take a break long enough to go get an ice cream cone, go get a slushie, go get a smoothie. They have several outdoor cafes right near the convention center, or go somewhere like McDonald's and have just a quick break where you can have something cool, because if you're there in the summer like we were, it's hot, and so something cool is fun. If you're a Gerber, ice cream's the ticket, and so we go and we have an ice cream cone wherever we're at. So you know, that's almost a daily thing for us, is to love ice cream. The next thing that we went and experienced, because I was looking for something new, something unique, something you don't normally do. We went to the Center for Puppetry Arts. This is a puppet theater. It's huge, it's lovely, and they do live puppet shows, as well as displaying all kinds of puppets. They have a whole like museum of puppets that have been used in movies and in plays. A lot of the Muppets characters are there, they're puppets, but there's a whole history of puppetry there that you can walk through and see, as well as sitting and watching a live puppet show. Now, If you haven't done that, there's something new and different for you. There's several characters. It's on like a full-size stage, and they do a puppet show. So the Center for Puppetry Arts is another one of the really neat places to go see that is something maybe unique that you haven't done before. And then, of course, there is my favorite, and that is Medieval Times. Hi, we're in Lawrenceville, Georgia. This is one of the homes of the Medieval Times. Medieval Times isn't just for kids. It makes for a great date night. Good thing to do on a trip as well. Lots of jousting and horses and kings and queens and knights. This is a fun place to come. Enjoy an evening with food and entertainment. I'll never get too old or too bored of Medieval Times. I just love it. And the one in Atlanta, Georgia, I think is one of the best ones. The Medieval Times there is actually out in Lawrenceville. It's about 15 minutes outside of Atlanta. This Medieval Times has, I think, the best show of the different ones I have been to, as well as one of the best menus. There you get chicken and a rib, and instead of like a Cornish game hen, but it's just a fun thing to go to. There's a pre-show, so make sure you go as early as they say that they let you in. There's shopping for all kinds of fun things for like princess veils and knights' shields and armor and just all kinds of neat things, as well as some really high-end gifts, as well as some just play ones. They also do some pre-shows. When we were there, there was a lady there that brought out a hawk and showed off the hawk and told us about that. They come out and they kind of challenge, and they do some talking, and it gives you kind of a preview into what's going to happen later in the show. And there's lots of people milling around there, and so they even had a collection of different kinds of armor there. So I really thought that it was really a fun thing to go early and go see that stuff. Then you go inside and you're set in sections. And each section is assigned a knight to cheer for, a set of colors. So you get to cheer for your knight against other sections in the arena. It's an actual big arena. They have horses that come out and they do shows with the horses. There is competitions between the knights, so there's jousting. It's really quite something when you see them hit each other with these long poles and they shatter. There's some sword fighting. There's just really a lot of really fun things, and it follows a whole story. You've got Merlin the Magician in there. If you've never done that before, or even if you have before, Medieval Times is a really fun way to spend an evening. The night that we were there, it rained. Oh my gosh, I've never seen so much rain. Of course, I haven't been in Georgia when it's rained, but the rain was just, oh my gosh, it came down so fast that it was just like inches of rain running through the parking lot. So we took off our shoes, rolled up our pant legs, and went skipping around and kicking in the rain, kicking up the rain, and it was just fun, you know. So make the best of what you have. We happened to have rain that day, so we made the best of it. We made it into something fun. Don't go, oh, it rained, it's awful, I'm going to get wet. No, go have some fun with it. Go kick up your heels, get wet, go back to the hotel and change. Who cares? But make sure that you have fun with it. Whatever comes up. All kinds of things come up that you could either be grouchy about and have a bad attitude, have a bad day with, let it ruin it, or you can make something fun and good out of it most of the time. I would encourage you to do that. There are other things. There's the Martin Luther King Center there. There's the CNN Tower. There's the Olympic Park. There's the Coca-Cola part there. There's all kinds of sports arenas there. There's all kinds of other things that you can do in the downtown area. There's even an underground mall. Now, that's another thing that's kind of different. If you've never been to an underground mall, you can do that. Most of the things you can get to by Metro. And they have quite a fine system there for getting you around on public transportation. Now, just a little bit outside is a place called Stone Mountain. Stone Mountain is a a park that has like a mountain that has a big stone relief. It's the Confederate figures cut into it. There are 3 of them cut into the side of the mountain. It's huge. I mean, it's the size, they said, larger than a football field in size up on that mountain. So it's magnificent just to go see that. But you have Stonewall Jackson up there. You've got 3 of the Confederate people that were famous in the Confederacy up on that wall. We are at Stone Mountain today. Stone Mountain is just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. At Stone Mountain, they have carved. It's kind of like Mount Rushmore. They have carved the figures into the stone. It's quite impressive. It's huge. You can take a aerial ride up to it. You can walk around it. You can hike up the mountain. There is an amusement park here. They have a restaurant called Katie's where they throw you rolls and you get like free pass-arounds, which is like your appetizers. This is a pretty cool place. It's huge. Place for camping, place for hiking. There's a lot of different attractions here at this same place, and Stone Mountain is inexpensive to drive into. With your driving into, you get to walk around, not necessarily ride the rides, that's a separate charge, but you can walk all over and go sightseeing here and see a laser show in the evening. Then you've got a plantation you can go and see. You've got there's an amusement park there. My favorite restaurant there is called Miss Katie's. Miss Katie's, you've seen on TV before. It's the place where they throw rolls to the people that are there having dinner. So they throw a roll to you from across the room. So that's just kind of the neat thing. There's pass-around appetizers. It's just a fun, different kind of way to eat, but very, very good Southern-style cooking. So Miss Katie's is a great place to eat. There's good shopping there. There is a history museum of the Civil War with movies, with artifacts, all kinds of things from the Civil War days there that is also on site at Stone Mountain. There's a train that you can ride. The train goes, it's a 5-mile ride around the stone and around the park. There is a light and laser show at night on the mountain. So there is just all kinds of things. You can get an adventure park pass that basically gets you into everything. It runs about $30. I thought that was really good. There is a parking. If you're just going to go walk around the park, you can do that with just a parking pass. The parking pass when we went was about $10. So the metro does not get you all the way out to there. It gets you to the city that's right there, but then you've still got about half a mile walk if you want to walk out there. You probably take a taxi from there. Check and see with your hotel. A lot of times the hotels actually will shuttle you to these places. So check and see what you can do with transportation to get out there, but it is a really neat place to go, especially if you're interested in anything to do with the Civil War. That's a great place to go. So there's some fun things to do in Georgia during your convention or during business. Have a little pleasure. Have a little fun. You know, enjoy yourself. I know you have fun at your business conventions. I had a blast at ours, but I was so glad that I went and saw some of Georgia while I was there in the Atlanta area. Join us again at Scatter Travel TV for more information, travel tips, travel ideas, some hints and tips that make your life easier. Come visit us on our website for travel deals, vacation ideas, and more fun and unique things to make your travel